Today I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Sambhu Banik. To say the least, Dr. Sambhu Banik is a remarkable person. He is an internationally known clinical psychologist, the first Indian American appointed by President George H.W. Bush in a senior level policy-making position as the executive director of President's Committee on Intellectual Disability. On top of that, he was also part of the George Bush and Reagan administration. Thank you so much for coming. So, Dr. Banik, can you please give us your personal interaction with Mr. Bejoy Singh Nahar?
Well, first let me thank you, Miss Nina Albrechtson. It is a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you.
When I was young, I was very skinny. I tried all my ways, different ways to gain weight. So when I passed my bachelor's degree in 1955, I decided to go to Puri on the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, to gain some weight and develop some strength before I go to master's degree. I did not have any money. I borrowed some money from my sister-in-law, Corona, and with an inflated pillow, I left Navadvip to Howrah station and take overnight train to Puri. Next morning when I arrived, I was very confused, bewildered, because a new place. I have never been to any places outside home at that time. At that time, you understand, I was 20-year-old. Still, I was not permitted to go out. So, I went to Puri hotel. I rented a small room, and the next day I saw there are a lot of commotions on the lobby. A very handsome, tall man came with few people. I asked one of the boys, who is this person? He says that his name is Mr. Bejoy Singh Nahar. He's a minister. He's also the Secretary General of West Bengal Pradesh Congress Committee. He's a very big man. At that time I was writing poetry, influenced by Rabindranath Tagore. So I wrote a beautiful poem praising his stature and the way he behaved himself, conducted himself. So that evening, when he was strolling, I asked him, "Sir, I wrote a poem about you." He says, "Come and read that poem to me." When I read that, he was so excited, he was so overwhelmed that I wrote such a beautiful poem praising him. He instantly became very kind and generous to me. Asked the manager to give me a beautiful room with all the food, everything. Not only that, during the course of my stay, he invited me to visit some of his friends, minister friends, Fisheries Minister Hem Noskor, Food Minister Prafulla Sen. He took me to Konarak, Sun Temple. He took me to Bhubaneswar, all in his car, and we became very close. Not only that, after we left, he asked me to come and visit him in Calcutta. I stayed in his home. Before that, I sent a telegram to my family, sending some more money because I ran out of money. They want to beat me up. They planned to beat me up by left and right. But instead, when they found out that I am living in the home of the minister, Bejoy Singh Nahar, they came with flowers. They beat me up with flowers, rose petals. In the meantime, there was a big preparation was going on in Calcutta to celebrate the 70th birthday of Bharat Ratna, Dr. Bidhan Chandra Rai, one of the most prominent physicians in the world. So, Bejoy Singh Nahar invited me to come to that event, and he managed me to garland him. It was the most honorable moment in my life, monumental moment of my life at that time, at that age, to get the opportunity to meet the Chief Minister of West Bengal, a great giant in the field of medicine, Dr. Bidhan Chandra Rai. Unfortunately, I don't have any photographs of that because at that time I was not sophisticated about the importance of photograph. But he not only introduced me to Bidhan Chandra Roy, he also introduced me to Dr. Surit Mitra, the chairman of the Department of Psychology, telling that he is my younger brother. Take care of him. I became very popular in the department. Overnight, I got all the privileges. So, from this poetry, writing about Bejoy Singh Nahar, my life changed forever. I became much more social. I became much more extroverted. I started meeting people, and that is the beginning of my new life.
Wow. Thank you so much.